Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time being here, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for clicking on this video. In this video, I'm going to show you how you could use the warp text feature in Silhouette Studio to make amazing warp designs. If that is something you're interested in, do continue watching. Guys, we are in Silhouette Studios Business Edition. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go over to my left where you see this A. Now, this is your text panel, and what you're going to do, you're going to click on it, and you're just going to click anywhere on your canvas. Then I'm going to type the word no, and I'm going to do the same thing for the other text. I'm going to go over to my left, click on that text, which is the A. I'm going to type your, and I'm going to do it one more time, and I'm going to type worth. Now, the reason why I did this is because I want each of these to be an individual element or an individual letter. I don't want them to be together. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to go over to my right where you see another A, which is the textile panel. Now, this panel gives you the different fonts that you have on your computer. So I'm going to click on it. So for this font, I'm going to use one that is called the 80s Era Groovy. I got this font on Creative Fabrica. The next thing I'm going to do for each of these words, I am going to size it. So I'm going to make it a little bigger so you see what I'm doing. But before I size them, I'm going to first duplicate them. Now, this is a practice I want you to always, always, always try to remember to do. Always duplicate as you go, because you don't know what will happen if you start making your letters and then something happens and then you have to do it all over from scratch. Now, if when you duplicate, it will eliminate anything happening during the designing process. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to click on everything, and I'm gonna press Control D. That means duplicate, and I'm gonna put it to the side. After I duplicate it, what I'm going to do, I'm gonna click on each of these words, and I am going to convert them to path. I'm going to right click and go down to where it says convert to path, and I'm gonna convert it to path. Now, the reason why I converted to path is to find a true size, to know the true size of this font. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on no, and I'm going to size that no to 8, to just 8 inches. Now, each of these words, I'm going to make them 8 inches. So I'm making them 8 inches wide, all of these. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do, I am going to go ahead and I am going to go up to this feature that is on the top, and I'm going to ensure that they are straight. They are aligned. So I'm using the align tool. This is up here, right where I'm hovering. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to look at the space that is in between these letters. Okay, so I don't want them to be too spacey, but I don't want them too close either. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to change the colors of these um, words. So what I'm gonna do, I am going to just select some colors that I like. To do that, you could do it two ways. You could do it from this panel right here, or you could use this panel, which is your fill panel right over here on my right, where I'm hovering right here. So I'm going to click on it, And I'm just gonna choose the colors. So I'm gonna do that and then I'll show you what to do next. Okay guys, so these are my colors. I really like bright colors, so I chose these ones. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm going to just stretch the height a little bit more, um, because I kind of want it to be the same height and the same width, but I don't want it to be stretched out so it looks weird. Okay, so it looks weird out of proportion. This is okay. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do, now that I have my text ready, I'm going to go over to my right and I'm gonna open the warped feature on my computer. Now this you could find over here where it says panel. So you could go up to the top, go to panel, and you go down to warp. Okay, so I find it, there are two ways you could find it on your computer. The next thing I'm gonna do is select, I'm gonna ensure that my text is selected, and now I'm going to press warp selected shape. I'm gonna click on it. Now when you click on it, let me zoom up, you are going to see something that looks like this. You're going to see these little nodes, or what they call handles. Okay, so the amount of handles depends on what you're looking for. I always do three handles. Now the furthest you could go is three. Now you could also have columns and rows. Now if I choose columns, more columns, you see that it will give me more of those nodes, but I don't want that. I just want it to be one. This is what I'm going to use. If you want to do it, you can do it however you want to do it. If you click on the rows, you're going to see that it will give you multiple rows. I do not want it this way, so I'm going to take it back down to one. Okay. Okay. So I'm using three handles. I'm using one column and one row. Now, in order to warp this text, what I usually do is I manipulate these little nodes right here. So let me zoom in just a little bit. You see these little handles right here? Those are what we're going to use to warp this text. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the first one. Let me and I am going to drag it up as far as I want it to go. So I'm taking it, if you notice, it's moving the end. The end is getting a little bit smaller, and I usually bring it about here. And I just like to go in line with that red one, so I know that it's gonna be straight. But you could do it however you want. Then I'm gonna take this one here and I'm gonna drag it up, and I'm gonna stop it right here. Now I'm gonna do it the same thing with this node. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna pull it down. Okay. And I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna pull it down. Okay. Now this looks okay. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to ensure that I convert it to path. Now this is what I'm gonna have. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna duplicate this. Okay, the reason why I'm duplicating that, because I need the original version of it. Because what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna save this file in so that I could use it to make multiple other projects. So here you have your warp text feature. Now, if you want to go ahead and change the colors, all you have to do is to ungroup it. And after you ungroup it, then you could change the colors individually and just group them back together. But I like it this way. I like the colors that I chose, so I'm gonna leave it this way. Now, if you have a silhouette, um, silhouette machine, you could just go ahead and cut this out from your silhouette machine. But because I don't have a silhouette, I just have a Cricut Explorer Air 2. What I'm going to do, I'm going to save this file as an SVG. Now, if you save it as an SVG, you could use this file to make multiple different projects. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go to File. I'm gonna go to Save Selection. I'm gonna go to Save to Hard Drive, and I'm going to name this file as Warp Know Your Worth. And I'm gonna for the save type, I'm gonna save it as an SVG file, and I'm gonna press OK. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, I am also going to save this file as a PNG file. So I'm gonna go here where it says File, and I'm gonna go to Save to Hard Drive, Save Selection, Save to Hard Drive, and I'm gonna save it as Warp Know Your Worth. But now I'm going to save it as a PNG file. I'm gonna press OK. So when you press OK, for the dots per inches, I am going to change it to 300. And I'm gonna save it as a transparent background. And I'm gonna press save. I'm also going to save the file because I have plans to use this file for other projects. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to save it as Know Your Worth, Warp Know Your Worth. And I'm gonna press OK. Now guys, this is very easy to do. You could play with it however you like. And if this is something that you find some value in, remember to give me a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe and turn on that post notification bell so you'll be notified each time I make a video. Until we meet again, I will see you in my next one. Bye.